So what we're going to do tonight is look at Photoshop Actions. And one of the cool things about it is it can save you time when you're doing any kind of process in Photoshop that you need to do several times or, more than once, or you'll think, well, I may want to apply those changes to photos in the future. You find something that you really like. And I think of actions similar to an Excel where you have macros, kind of the same thing if you've ever done anything in Excel. It's a tool that's built into Photoshop along with a lot of the other things like your brushes, your shapes, and different things like that. And they're identified with the extension of ATN. So if you see a file with ATN on it, that means it's an action, Photoshop action file. And what it does is you go through and record, and we're going to do this in a minute, but you go through and you record the actions that you're wanting to record, the steps through the process, and then you can replay them anytime you need them. So it saves time if you're doing the same thing over and over. You can do it either to perform a task or to create a photo effect. So Photoshop Actions are located on your Windows panel, and you click on Actions and it'll open another panel for you, just like your layers or any of your other functions that you're doing with Photoshop. So you have some preset actions that are already set up in Photoshop for you to use. So these are all, and we're going to look at all these in detail in a minute, but these are some that are already in your program with Photoshop. Now there's also some that you can get off the internet that are either free or the developer charges a little bit for them. So, or you may need a subscription. So you can just Google for Photoshop Actions and you'll see all kinds of resources that you can check out. And they'll be actions that someone else has developed, but they're sharing for you to use. Now there's also on the properties menu, there's some other ones that you can activate in your actions. So they'll be added down here at the bottom, and I'll show you those. So we're just kind of going over some overview here. Now I've also included there's 3 screenshots on setting up your actions. So you can refer to this as well. These slides will be on the website so you can review them later. So, but there's 3 steps, and so you can refer to that. So now I'm going to flip over into Photoshop, and we're going to see how all this works. Here we go. Okay. This is just a picture that I had downloaded from Big Stock, and I just picked it out because I think it's real pretty and colorful. So as you can see, to open this Actions panel here, you just go to Windows, and then you click on Actions. And of course, I already have it open, but that's where you get to that panel. And there are several of these that are the defaults. And then if you click over here, the 3 little railroad tracks, make sure you're in the correct panel that you want to see the menu, because each one of these panels has a different menu selection on them. So you'll want to make sure that your own actions, and then you click on the railroad tracks, and here's where you get all of the settings that you can use. And these are all additional actions that you can add to your actions panel here. So you'll see I've got commands. I've got up here, I've just activated them. I just clicked them and they automatically opened up and came in here. Now, what I was mentioning about being able to just do some general actions under commands, let's see, no, it's under production. They already have actions set up for different size canvases. So if you are using the same size canvas over and over, you don't have to go to File, Open, or File New, and then try to remember what settings you want for a particular canvas. So if I click on this canvas here, and then I go up here to the railroad tracks, or I can go down here and click play, you'll see it automatically opens a new file with that canvas size and settings that are in there. So that's kind of cool to do. I've set up some of my own and I'll show you those in a minute. So we come back over here and we're, first of all, we're just going to look at some that they have preset so you can kind of see how they work. So we got this one with a wood frame. So if I click on the play button there or up here, click on play, I go ahead and continue that and see how it goes through all the steps. And I'm going to show you how many steps are on this. And then it applies this wood frame. So say you have a picture or, you know, pictures, you've set up a frame, you think, well, I may want to use that in the future. Just go ahead and do you some actions. And there's no limit to how many you can use or set up. So these are all of the steps that it went through to set up that wood frame. So you can see here that you can go in, you can set up foreground colors, you can set up fills, all on the same actions. So then I set up one here. What I can do is I can go to revert and I can revert it back. Say I don't like that. I can revert it back to my original, just like that. I don't have to go up to File, Revert. I've got one that I set up for a black and white. So I just went in and I duplicated the current layer. So I wasn't using my main original layer. And then I used a black and white adjustment. And if I play this one, it automatically puts it in black and white. You could go in when you do the black and white, you can make other changes to the way it comes out, you know, on your hues and whatever. So that's how easy that is to do. So say we want to, I'm going to go back and revert it. So I've got this one set up. I've got one set up here for making a duplicate layer. So all I have to do is click it. I rename it as duplicate layer or working layer. And down here in my layers panel, it automatically does my working copy. So my original layer is preserved. And then I can go in and just do whatever I want to. But say we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to go into my demo here. I'm going to click on record button there. It's starting to record. And it doesn't record until you actually make an action or something for it to recognize. So I'm going to go into, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my background. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say duplicate later. And I'm going to change it to working copy here. So it's recording that because I clicked OK. You can see here. Then I'm going to click on and go into something here that I want to change it to. And I'm not, let's see, let's just do something here. Let's do a shadow. And you see here it put in a shadow here around that area. We're not through recording yet, and it's not recording what we're thinking about, and it's not going to record this unless I click OK. So I could take it off and it's not recorded that step. I can do, let's see what's not going to, let's try a drop shadow. I don't know if it's going to really show much there. Let's see, let's try the distance. I don't think it's really showing much there. We're going to click OK. I'm going to take the drop shadow off, and we're going to click OK. Then we can go into our other settings and say we're going to do something here. And we can change some coloring there to just something extreme so it shows. And then we're going to go back to our actions. Let's close this panel. And we have an adjustment layer. So now let's close it or stop it. And so that's recorded those settings that we've added to our action. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to revert back to the original. Now we're going to play the demo and let's see what it does. See how quick that is? So if there are things that you want, actions or tasks that you're doing that you want to duplicate again, maybe thinking you might want to use it, do you an action like that. So all you do then, I set up what you can do here is you can set up a set. So say I set up a different one with saws, for instance. It sets me up a group here. And then if I want to set up an action in that group, I just set up, I click on new action, and let's just call it demo. And then I go in here and it automatically starts to record, but it's not recording like my voice or anything like that, that kind of recording. But you can go over here and you can select from your tools panel and add those things to it too. So I can come in here now and I can add a text layer. I did this earlier. Where is it? Come on. Well, there. And I just put Happy Easter. And then I can move it. And then I can click on a text layer here. And that's all the settings that it's used. You know, all these you don't even see. But then I can go into my settings here and I can emboss it. I can do different things to my text, putting some texture in it. I'll click OK and I stop recording. So then I'm going to click on demo and let's play it. Let's see, it's already there, so it's not going to do anything there. Let's go up here to history. And we're going to go back to our original photo. I could have done it through my other setting though. So let's go down here to demo, click play. Now it didn't put that other, I didn't have that other setting on there that I had before, but it did make the change to the text. So that's, go ahead. Oh, I thought somebody was saying something. One that I did, or that I did, and then I kind of cleared my action, but I wanted to do an action. Let's see. for saving to web, because that's something I do a lot. Now, if I have one here that I don't want, I can just click on it and I can come down here to the trash can and I can click on the trash can, I'll take it away. So now I want to click on my set and I want to click one, I'm going to say save to web. Because this is something I do a lot. So now what I have to do is I'm ready to record. So I go up to File, go down to Export, Save for Web, and it comes up with the regular menu here. And I'm going to click Save. And then I'm going to click on Done. Well, it's going to ask me where I want to save it. And that I'll tell you this in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then all I have to do is click on, go back to revert to my, let's see, I need to stop that there. Okay, this is my export for save to web, so you can see what it's using there. So it's saving it into the desktop in a format for PNG 24. It's got all those settings that are in there. So now I can go back to, revert back to my original. We'll play that back. Now I can go to my duplicate, let's see, my save to web and play it, and you're not going to see anything because it's automatically going to go into my desktop. So let's go look at it. And I'm going to go to my desktop here. And let's see, should be in here. Here it is, Easter Actions. Let me go to View Details. Right there, 7-11, it saved it for the web. It's a PNG file. Now, the one thing about saving to web is that if you want to resize the photo, you're going to have to do it before you do the save to web, because otherwise it's just saving it at the same size that you are, that your picture is that you're viewing. The other thing is, at that point, you can't tell it where you want to save to. But I mean, if you got pictures, a lot of times I'll have pictures of a certain size and I have to go back and edit them and edit them. I'm not changing the size or anything, but I still want them saved to the web. Then this would come in handy for that. So the other things that are on this menu, you can view these as a button mode so that it has your main sets there and more of a button type. I like the list personally, so I'll take it off the button mode. Now be real careful about saying reset actions or clear actions, because when I was playing around with it, I wasn't sure, so I cleared actions. I thought I was just doing one. It took all of my actions out of here and I had to reload everything again. And if you do any that are custom, I would suggest you save them, and you can go to Save Actions, and then you can navigate to wherever you want to save them. And I've got a folder called Adobe Presets on my computer. So I go to Adobe Presets, my actions. I've got brushes, custom shapes, gradients, all kinds of stuff. And so I click in here to actions, and then right here, I can save, and it's going to save over this one because I added some new things. Because otherwise, if you clear them, they're going to be gone and you won't be able to get them back. So what you would do then is you would click on Load Actions, and you can navigate to that folder. I've got one here that said Simple Beautiful Borders. Here's my K, and all I have to do is just click on it. It's going to load it into my Actions panel again because I have it saved now. So that's one thing you'll want to make sure you do if you do any custom actions. And I think I could show you some of the other ones that are preset, but they're easy to go in and just check out if you're interested in them. Let's see, text effects probably won't work unless I have my text up there. This one was kind of interesting, the star trails. Let's see here. There, we'll play it. And while it's going through, see how it scrolls through if you have it that set open, or that action, you can see it going through, and then you'll see the result when it finishes. But you see how many actions, tasks that they've got in that particular action, so there's no limit to what you can do to a picture. There you go. It's pretty cool. Okay, I think I covered everything that I had. Of course, the video will be on our YouTube channel, so you'll have that to refer to.